Have you ever wondered why December and January are so frosty cold and covered with snow? Slow mornings and long days. March and April are filled with spring flowers, and June and July scorching with melting heat. September and October were a cozy showcase of falling leaves, covering the grounds with orange and yellows. Today we will learn what causes seasons on Earth to change. Imagine how our planet Earth can experience these seasons at the same time. But that's not the case at all. In reality, seasonal change with 4 distinct seasons only happens in 2 regions on the planet. But only one genius can answer these mind-blowing questions: Johannes Kepler. He was a German mathematician, astronomer, and astrologer best known for his laws of planetary motion, which laid the groundwork for Isaac Newton's theory of universal gravitation. Kepler's contributions to astronomy were revolutionary and helped to shape our understanding of the cosmos. So get ready to time travel and witness them make scientific discoveries that altered our reality as we know it. 4 centuries ago, an evening's entertainment was as simple as stepping out to gaze at the night sky. But among the world's many star watchers, one man stood apart. When Kepler was 6, his mother pointed out a comet visible in the night sky. Then one night his father took him out under the stars to observe a lunar eclipse. These events both made a vivid impression on Kepler's youthful mind and turned him toward a life oriented to the study of astronomy. Kepler used simple mathematics to formulate 3 laws of planetary motion. Kepler's first law states that planets move in elliptical paths around the Sun. He also discovered that planets move proportionally faster in their orbits when they are closer to the Sun. This became Kepler's second law. Finally, Kepler's third law explains the relationship between the distance of a planet from the Sun and the amount of time it takes to orbit the Sun. These laws, known as the elliptical planetary orbits discovered by Johannes Kepler, are indeed the cause of the seasonal changes. But that's not all to it. The tilt of the Earth's axis plays an important role in that aspect too. An axis is an invisible line around which an object rotates or spins. The points where an axis intersects with an object's surface are the object's north and south poles. Each planet in our solar system rotates on its axis. So, each planet has a north and south pole, the points where an axis meets the planet's surface. The time it takes for a planet or other celestial object to complete one spin around its axis is called its rotation period. Earth's rotation period is about 24 hours or 1 day. Many people believe that Earth is closer to the Sun in the summer and that is why it is hotter. And, likewise, they think Earth is farthest from the Sun in the winter. Although this idea makes sense, it is incorrect. Indeed, Earth's orbit is not a perfect circle. It is a bit lopsided. In the northern hemisphere, we have winter when Earth is closest to the Sun and summer when it is farthest away. Want to know an interesting fact about our Earth? Polar night is a phenomenon in the northernmost and southernmost regions of Earth where night lasts for more than 24 hours. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Compared with how far away the Sun is, this change in Earth's distance throughout the year does not make much difference to our weather. There is a different reason for Earth's seasons. Earth spins around this pole, making one complete turn each day. That is why we have day and night, and why every part of Earth's surface gets some of each. Earth has seasons because its axis doesn't stand up straight. But what caused Earth to tilt? Long ago, when Earth was young, it is thought that something big hit Earth and knocked it off a bit. So instead of rotating with its axis straight up and down, it leans over a bit. By the way, that big thing that hit Earth is called Thea. It also blasted a big hole in the surface. That big hit sent a huge amount of dust and rubble into orbit. Most scientists think that that rubble, in time, became our moon. As Earth orbits the Sun, its tilted axis always points in the same direction. So, throughout the year, different parts of Earth get the Sun's direct rays. It is winter in December in the Northern Hemisphere because that is when it is the South Pole's turn to be tilted toward the Sun. We all know that the Earth makes a complete revolution around the Sun once every 365 days, following an orbit that is elliptical. This means that the distance between the Earth and the Sun, which is 93 million miles on average, varies throughout the year. During the first week in January, the Earth is about 1.6 million miles closer to the Sun. This is referred to as the perihelion. The aphelion, or the point at which the Earth is about 1.6 million miles farther away from the Sun, occurs during the first week of July. This fact may sound counter to what we know about seasons in the Northern Hemisphere, but actually, the difference is not significant in terms of climate and is not the reason why we have seasons. Seasons are caused by the fact that the Earth is tilted on its axis by 23.5 degrees. The tilt's orientation concerning space does not change during the year. Thus, the Northern Hemisphere is tilted toward the Sun in June and away from the Sun in December. Want to know an interesting fact? The summer solstice is an astronomical event that marks the longest day of the year and the start of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It nearly always falls on June 21st or June 22nd, depending on the year and time zone you are in. Whereas, as in the winter solstice, the Sun travels the shortest path through the sky, and that day therefore has the least daylight and the longest night. The winter solstice usually occurs in December 21st or 23rd. When the winter solstice happens in the Northern Hemisphere, the North Pole is tilted about 23.4 degrees away from the Sun. In many countries, we experience all 4 seasons, though some places will only experience a change in weather twice a year. Places like the African desert and Asia experience dry seasons and monsoon seasons. Depending on where you live in the world, you may experience different types of weather during different seasons. Want to know what the seasons all around the world look like? Then subscribe to Whimsy Adventures and experience the magical seasons in our upcoming video.